Hey, it's JC1424 once again with Gran Turismo 4. And in this episode of our GT mode playthrough, part 98, we're doing another endurance race. Today it is the Suzuka 1000 kilometers. And I've constantly been conflicted whether it was Fuji or Suzuka that we had access to with the IB license, but it is Suzuka 1000 kilometers. And they're going to be using touring cars, JGTC, maybe some race cars from around the world or whatever. I'm still not entirely sure what I want to pick. I guess we'll just have to do it on a whim. But yesterday we did Club M, a one-make race in Germany, and now there are only two one-make races left in the game as far as I'm concerned. Now, this is my BMW M3 GTR race car. I just already had that. I got rid of both the car I used for that event and the one they gave to me because I didn't want either of them. All I need is this GTR race car and we're good. But we're at 72.3% game completion after doing that, and we're probably just going to get to like 72.4.5 after doing this because it's just, one race. I wish it was based off of the length of the races, I really do. But I'm considering the Subaru Impreza Super Touring car, and I might go with that because it doesn't have that much horsepower. We get some A-spec points. It's got a really cool paint job. It's silver. We have driven a lot of Impreza lately. Then there's the FTO Super Touring car, which is green. I've driven a lot of green cars, to be honest, and I'm just now realizing that. This car right here, the Skyline race car, has a lot of horsepower, so I'm not doing that. And then there's this, the 350Z Concept LM race car, which is, it's really cool, but I think it's got a lot of horsepower. And then there's the Calibre touring cars and Mercedes. So I guess we'll go with this Impreza Super Touring car. And now the face cam come back on. I ain't gonna be getting in the way of the car selection. But yeah, this is number 57. Getting reminded of the NASCAR Thunder 2004 days with Kevin LePage, to be honest. Okay, so let's go to the blue and yellow Coliseum of the endurance events. I think we have 5 remaining right now. And this one right here, we do that, and then we have 4. And they're all down here. IA license requiring events. So, yeah, we actually have done a good job of getting through these throughout the length of the playthrough. It just took forever to get to access to them because you have to have, I think, 25% game completion it was. This will pay 350,000 credits. Hopefully I can do this on the first try. I don't know if we need to have a different kind of tires, but it has no restrictions, of course, because these are race cars and all that jazz. It's just, I hate whenever I don't have the right tires at first, but I don't want to buy something and then not have actually needed it and lost a possibility of getting like really high A-spec points. So it's 172 laps, and it should take about 6 hours. And I'm probably only going to record face cam for like 30 minutes of the beginning and the end and focus more on raw footage and making fast laps to get this done as fast as possible. I should grab me something to drink during the pit stops. Give me a Pepsi. I ain't got any water. Damn. Thing is exploding, fizzing all over the place, and all I did was grab it. We got the Astra touring car and the Calibre touring car. It's the Calibre that we have. And I don't think that the Astra and the Calibre look that different. You can see they got the same colors and all that. The Surumo Supra has returned. The Multiple Pitwork Z that I love so much, I really want that car, is starting fourth. Pennzoil Zexel GTR, it's a pretty cool one. And yeah, that's the whole lineup. So, am I getting some A-spec points? Come on. 113 point race. Could be more, but I'll take it. Now we just need to see if we can do good on tires. But I mean, see, 172 laps doesn't seem like a lot at other tracks. But this is one of the longer tracks in the game. It's no Nürburgring, but it is still one of the longer tracks. Now, we come from a dead stop start, which I think is totally unnecessary with it being an endurance race, because you kind of want things stretched out. You give me a dead stop start, I get advantage to climb through the field really quickly. I mean, I'll have the lead for the end of the first lap. It does help with me, driving away if I need to drive away with this one and get a big lead each run. If our tires are not nearly as good as theirs and don't last that long, which is typically the problem no matter what tires I get, then I'm going to have to be perfect every single run. This car is going through the gears like a lot higher in sound than I'm used to. I'm also not used to driving around this track with an actual race car, so I'm overdoing everything and just cutting corners left and right. And if I had that car that's right in front of me, I totally would have brought that here and done it than this event with that one. Oh my god, I'm so much used to them being aggressive and actually great at driving around this track. Look at me, I keep overdoing everything, about to crash into the cones because I'm steering too much. But yeah, you put them in race cars, suddenly they're not nearly as strong here. Now, I'm guessing I've got more horsepower than the Tsurumo. That might have just been the slipstream, to be honest. It's got a really high sound to the gears, to the car in general with the engine. So I keep on feeling like I'm at the top of the gears, and it gives me this slight confusion in my head, like, wait a second. Do I shift up, or is that's just the car? And I can't tell. Like, whenever we hit the bottom of a gear, I don't feel like it sounds that different from the top of the gear. We drove in so much more just normal stock cars in this game that get to a race car, and I'm just not ready for it after all this time. But from here on out, this is basically what we should be doing, aside from the last two one-make races, of course. Now, I'm pretty sure I can get a lap time under 2 minutes at this track. But yeah, I mean, under 2 minutes every single lap. Yeah, this 172 laps is going to take forever. Right now, we are driving away with this on our fresh tires. I don't know how long the tires are going to last each run. But I mean, if this is how good we are, I think we should be able to do this. I say that so many times and then wind up being wrong. I'm so sick of this game. I can't wait for this game to end because I am so sick of them giving me race cars and then tires with the car that aren't for racing. Clearly. It's medium racing tires. What do I get the hard racing tires now? This is not sustainable. And I don't think I'm even going to be able to finish this race today. So let's head out of the endurance events, go to the Japan, the country of Japan, and click on Subaru. Enter the STD tune shop. The PS2 is making very weird sounds. You could do that at any other point. I don't know if it's because it's cold or because of my die-cast that I have just sitting on them. But we need to get some hard racing tires. We'll get some super hard ones, but I'm worried about it plowing off the track. At this point, I will get a higher expect rating the more hard the tires are. So let's make this freaking car last as long as possible and get the highest A-spec rating possible and whatever. Okay, so they've changed out, I guess, 3 of the cars from the previous lineup. Now we got the Takata Dome NSX, the RX Concept LM race car, and the Ford Falcon XR8. That one car where the year is at the beginning of the name instead of at the end for some reason. Isn't that Ford Falcon from Australia instead of America? Oh dear God, 179-point race. I mean, I got some much harder tires, but I think any specific car here is that better than mine, is it? I mean, I saw the launch from that Takata Dome NSX. That was kind of intimidating. I don't know what to do with the gears with this car. Like, I just drove it for 10 minutes or something, and I still don't understand the gearing in this thing. It just sounds so weird. I've driven so many cars that go, and this car goes, eh. I'll just wait till I drive the F1 cars. And to be honest, I think the F1 car sounds lower than this. I think the Alfa Romeo race car, touring car that we got and tried to use in Grand Valley Endurance, I think that even sounded like this. But taking the lead, trying to drive away from it. Can you not run me over? See, this is why the A-spec rating is so damn high, because my car is just plowing off of every corner. What the fuck, game? Probably should have pit at the end of lap 9. But so far, nobody else has pit. I swear to God, if they don't pit this lap or the next lap. I don't even want to see the 12. I want this lap or the next lap. And we have a very serious problem with this stupid-ass game. With them just blatantly being able to drive way further and keep up with me. This is a super touring car. It's not just a touring car, it's a super touring car. Oh my god! This shit's pissing me off. I cannot turn. The car will not rotate. And some of this shit is unreasonable. Their concept of tire wear in this game at the very end of a run is just silly. Yeah, we got the super hard racing tire. And not pitting. None of them pitting. Not one of these guys is pitting. I'm looking at the back. Not a single guy is pitting. This game is so fucked up. I have no options aside to bring more horsepower. This car had enough horsepower in the first place. I've always been weak in the S's. The S's that come right after turn 1. I always lose time there. Are they doing it? Well, we have a new leader. Okay. Ford Falcon pits the very next lap. Not one other driver in the field, though. I don't like that. The RX-8 is pitting. And only the RX-8. What the fuck is this game? There he goes down pit road. He is going to finish last in this race because he was right in front of me and he only took his pit stop 5 laps after me. If it was something like 8 laps, then it possibly could have jumped us all on strategy. Not me, but some of those guys. I think we're safe. Barely. That's my fastest T1 this race. And I lost time. I'm not crazy. They get faster after pit stops. I mean, so do I, but not that much faster. This is bullshit. Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Well, down to take my second pit stop of the race. And my lead has not grown or decreased from the last pit stop. But the guy in second is a completely different car now. It's the RX-8. Fuck off! What the fuck? Dude, I have fresh tires and I can't turn. This is not about passing cars racing. This is about strategy and being fast. And I can't because this guy just driving circles around me. I lost a whole damn second on my fresh tires to the leader. There goes the Mazda RX-8 down pit road. 28 seconds behind. And I can't pass the Surumo Supra because their cars keep rubber banding and some shit. It keeps pushing all over the fucking place. Their concept of tires that last are tires that don't let the car do anything whatsoever. Are we even gonna have the lead going turn 1? I guess we are. Yeah, there he is. I have to pit soon. What am I supposed to do? Drive away from him? I don't see that happening. And there is the RX-8. There's the RX-8. I have to pit. And there is the RX-8. He will not be pitting for several laps. I can't even fucking pit! You fucking piece of shit! So here I come to take second, like 4 laps before this Falcon pits again. Pits every 11 laps. His third pit stop would be, well, 33, so never mind. He's pitting next lap. I don't know what I'm talking about. Not yet. Not fucking yet. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nope. Nope. You will drive into the dirt. You will suck my dick. And with an 8-second lead, take my 4th pit stop of the race. It's not possible. It's not going to happen. I'm going to have to exit out of here, come back without the RX-8 racing, because he's the only guy that's actually consistently challenging me. He's faster throughout his entire run, and only in those first 2 laps after he takes a pit stop are we actually faster than him, which is stupid, because we were faster than everybody whenever we started the race. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe you're pushing it too hard. But I'm not driving away either. I'm not doing anything. It's a super touring car. Second place was worth 130,000 credits. That's great. But I don't have the time, and I'm not in the mood to run a race with this car driving like this twice. I'm not up for it. I don't want it. So we're going to go back in there, and that RX-8 is not going to show up. I don't know if there's any other cars that I should be more threatened by. We've already dealt with the Takata Dome NSX. We've already dealt with the Tsurumo Supra. Eventually, I stop having to pass them after my pit stops and crap like that. But the Mobile 1 NSX, it's an older JGTC car. It's the same one as the guy starting second that we were just racing against, so I don't feel like we should be challenged by him. And the same goes for the Zenavi Hiroto GTR, because it's not the Pennzoil Zexel or whatever it's called GTR, but it's still a GTR. I don't know if it's older or newer or whatever. Then there's the Audi A4 touring car. It ain't a super touring car, it's a touring car, which I was under the impression that actually meant something. I had a super touring car. It don't mean anything, that's a super touring car. But yeah, that's the Red Bull car that I like. I love the Red Bull cars. I think there's only one Red Bull car in this game. There might have been more in Gran Turismo on the PSP, and for sure on Gran Turismo 5. I hate that it tells me to shift down to certain gears, and I have to slow down the car more than necessary because of what the game insists I do. And I've driven for so freaking long that I should know better than to drive that freaking slow, but I keep looking down at the bottom right of the screen over and over again to see what they want me to do. And I can't focus on the track ahead of me because I have cars to race, and I have gears to shift through. I can't do 3 things at the same damn time. I make it 4 with me talking, because these are the best moments of the race whenever I'm racing 5 cars at the same time. But I'm so sick of this stupid game. I want this freaking series to end so much right now. I freaking hate this dumb crap where I buy the tires with the biggest lifespan I possibly can, and somehow that's not good enough. Everybody else has bigger lifespan than me. 4 laps. 4 laps doesn't seem like very much until you're running a 172 lap race and they get to take like no pit stop in the time that you take 2. And meanwhile, not only do my tires have this like short lifespan, the car is not good. I wind up not being fast enough to compete against somebody. It doesn't make any sense at first whenever I'm just outrunning every single driver in the field. Like, if you look at that Mobile 1 NSX over there, I'm going to catch up to him and we're going to pass him, and we're going to stay ahead of him. Then we're going to take a pit stop, and they're going to rubber band. I didn't know there was a rubber banding as a thing in Gran Turismo 4. And that's a sign that this car is not as good as a JGTC car. But I think that's a given. Even if it's a super touring car, I didn't expect that. But it better be better than the Audi A4 touring car. Because that's not a super touring car. You can give it all the Red Bull you want, but it ain't no super touring car. And then the Audi A4 is actually from 2004, and this is from 2001. But I'm trying to drive, and I can't because this car sucks. It sucks so much because of these tires that I've put on it. But look at this. This guy has clean air. He is by himself, and I am out driving him. He's on fresh tires. I'm on fresh tires. What the fuck? They take a pit stop. We both take pit stops. And he just randomly starts driving faster. He can never drive faster before. I don't know what it is. But, here we go. Taking the lead. I am going to shut up, turn off the camera, and run half the race and then go to work. Because I now don't have the time, like usual, to run the entire race. I hate this car. I actually prefer the regular Impreza. I love it so much. I am going to win this race. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm going to win this race. Whenever I get off of work, that I am selling this godforsaken car. Yeah, the What If Racing sticker. I put it on the wall in the recording of this video, just for shits and giggles. And then, well, y'all probably started seeing it late in November videos of last year. But, back to doing this. My last lap was 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That's okay. I don't shift into sixth gear going into this turn. I think as long as I drive good and stop wrecking the car, we can win this race. We constantly lose the lead during the cycle of pit stops, with him pitting every 15 and me pitting every 10. The car doesn't feel as tight anymore, because I guess I was expecting it to be. Coming off the spoon curve for the final time. I'm aiming to make this the fastest lap of the race, despite only being the last one. Oh, it could be. We're under 140 at that time marker. Cut the grass a little bit. I'm off the track. That's okay, it's still possible. That's what happens whenever I talk. I ruin a good thing. But took my final pit stop on lap 166 instead of 170 because I didn't want to have like 3 laps that were just flat out terrible at the end of the race. And it was our fastest lap of the race. Okay, so I don't have to have like the end of the race and then my fastest lap, 2 separate things. Good shit. We lapped the Takata and we lapped the Red Bull Audi. 350,000 credits. And I'm selling this car because I hate it. I have work again in about an hour. Before I go there, I kind of want to go to GameStop and try to freaking buy NASCAR Heat Ultimate Edition Plus, which that series probably started during this series at the very beginning stages of it, but the Lister Storm V12 race car. So we'll sell this for 90,000 credits. I should probably wash it first to whoever I'm selling it to, but I don't give a shit. And we'll hop on into this thing and put it on display. I've already made this joke so many times, probably not even funny anymore, but we gained 0.1% game completion from a 6-hour race. And it'll do the same thing for the 24-hour races, you know it. But yeah, the Lister Storm V12 race car, its livery and all, it reminds me of Ronnie's DB9 from Need for Speed Most Wanted. And I did mention that in the split screen video that I did with Kamikaze Games like way back, like last spring. So I'll put a link to that in the description if I remember to. See you next time. That's that. And episode over.